Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and I'm back with another video. It's been a long time since we did any sort of collection update, and I've been kind of stockpiling a bunch of titles that I want to show off to you guys. It's always cool to show off what I've added to my collection, movies that I've got in for review that didn't quite make it on their own video just due to time and my availability, and showing off some new releases, old releases, all kinds of stuff that I've picked up. So hope you like this video. If you do like Blu-ray and 4K collecting, home theater, and you just love movies in general, this is a great channel for you to subscribe to. I recommend it. I'm a little biased, but you should subscribe to my channel. Also turn on those notifications so you know when I post a new video. Now today, not all of these are review copies, so thank you to everyone out there who says, yeah, he doesn't buy his own movies. I buy plenty of movies. I buy a bunch of movies all the time. I just don't always show them off. I can't always fit them in a video. But today, I've made quite a few purchases. I'm trying to build the collection, build more titles for review for you guys. And so nobody should say I don't buy any movies. Look around this room. I've got 3,000 of them. Obviously, I bought a few. The first couple titles I want to show off are actually 4K titles. And this first one I grabbed off an app called Mercari, which I talk about a lot. It's actually a great place to find Blu-ray and 4K releases. It's in the App Store, M-E-R-C-A-R-I, Mercari. They handle all the shipping, everything. It's like a much easier version of eBay or even Letgo and OfferUp. And so what I was able to get for $12 was Black Hawk Down 4K. A lot of people have been asking for me to review this. I've been wanting to review it. I didn't get it back when it came out. I've been having a hard time getting Sony titles to review. And so this is one I'm pumped to check out, especially after I did my Atmos video of the best Atmos tracks, and everybody told me, where's Black Hawk Down? Well, I hadn't heard that track yet. I just didn't have it. Now I do, so stay tuned. I'll be doing a 4K review of that, so you guys all know whether that's worth an upgrade. I'm going to be calling that series, by the way, just simply, is it worth an upgrade? Like I did with Goodfellas in the Goodfellas video. That's going to be kind of an ongoing series where I talk about releases that have come out in the past that I didn't get to cover on release day. So is it worth an upgrade? Black Hawk Down, coming soon to your YouTube channel near you. The other 4K title is from DC and Warner Brothers. It's a DC animated title, Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I've been really liking the DC animated 4K titles. First of all, they look fantastic. I love the way animation looks with HDR and 4K. I know it might not add a whole bunch over the Blu-ray, but to me, it looks fantastic a lot of times. And so this is really cool. It comes with a couple shorts on it, and it's basically just like the origin of Wonder Woman. And so that's kind of, you know, an interesting backstory. We've heard it told a few different times, but this one's a little bit different. So definitely an interesting title, interesting battles in this, really good animation as always with DC, and a really nice DTS HD 5.1 track, which sounded great. Dialogue was very clear, which is always important for animation. Surround effects were in full blast, no Atmos or anything, but a nice track for an animated movie and a pretty fun movie. So DC Universe, keep doing what you're doing with the animated titles. Keep working on better live action titles like Joker, and I think you'll finally come around. You've always been my favorite, so hopefully we'll take down Marvel someday soon. Okay, a couple more review copies here. First one is from Oscilloscope Pictures, Oscilloscope Laboratories, and it's called The Hours in Times. This was back at Sundance in 1992. That's the year I was born. So a long time ago, but it's basically a fictional telling of John Lennon and the Beatles manager go on a vacation, and you know, nobody knows what really happened, but this is kind of the story of that weekend and what might have happened, and it kind of throws around some stuff about sexuality and their friendship and the band. And so apparently it was really good. I haven't been able to dive into it yet, but based on all the reviews, I think it's a really good title, and definitely check out Oscilloscope if you haven't already, because they do some cool indie stuff and I don't think they get enough recognition. Another one that I got in for review, this is a Blu-ray of Stuber. I don't know what to say about this movie. It was okay. I mean, it feels like if you had taken out Kumail Nanjiani and put in Kevin Hart and removed Dave Bautista and put in like you name it, any like other big guy, John Cena maybe, like it's that kind of movie. It's just like sort of generic, but Kumail Nanjiani is actually really funny. I like him in this. Dave Bautista is really funny. It's just a story that struggles. I like both the actors. I think they're really great, and you know, obviously Kumail is awesome in Silicon Valley, was great in The Big Sick, and Bautista's been great in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's hilarious as Drax. He was also really good in a small part in Blade Runner 2049, so I'm hoping he sees some more action, but this isn't quite the movie for them. Hopefully they can do better things in the future. So just a couple more review copies and then into all of my purchases. We've got Galaxy Quest here. This was really cool. This is the 20th anniversary Steelbook. I love the purple Steelbook. I think that's an awesome color. It's pretty basic on the inside, not much to it, but the front cover is great. Never give up, never surrender on the back. This is a classic, you know, sci-fi kind of parody movie, but a lot of people say it's a better Star Trek movie than anything J.J. Abrams has made, so that's kind of interesting. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. This is a nice Steelbook to come out for the 20th anniversary. I just wish maybe they had done something on 4K, but it is what it is. If you're a Steelbook collector, I definitely think this is one you'll want to add. It's glossy, it's purple, stands out on a shelf, looks really cool, great artwork, all the things you want in a Steelbook. So really cool to get that one in. Also got in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Now it's interesting, Sony didn't send me Charlie's Angels, the first, I can't say the original, but the first in this series, which was in 4K. They didn't send that one to me. It's kind of weird. They sent me a Blu-ray, but it is what it is. I mean, this movie, it's a pretty generic action movie. It's nothing great. You know, I think it's the first time that it's been on Blu-ray, which is why it's important. I'd have to double check that. But it's Blu-ray, digital, no DVD. Like I said, generic action movie. Not really my thing. I don't really like this series. I love generic action movies if they're, you know, over the top, and this one's kind of, it's not really full throttle. So now, back to more of my purchases. And I made a big purchase from Hamilton Book, and that's where most of these came from. So if you don't know hamiltonbook.com, link down in the description, go check them out. They have really good Blu-ray deals. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 movies here, which I paid $36 for, including their $4 shipping. So I'm paying less than $5 a movie, which is incredible for anything HD Blu-ray. First one I got, An American Tail, classic animated movie, tells a great story, Blu-ray and digital copy. Really happy to add this into my collection on Blu-ray. Picked up a Sony Pictures classic, Still Alice. Julianne Moore won the Academy Award for Best Actress in this movie. It is kind of a dark movie. It's about early onset Alzheimer's, and it's not a whole lot of fun, but remarkable acting. And so I always like to pick up movies that have won some major acting award just to watch the performance alone, regardless of the rest of the movie. Another one here, I picked this up for like $3, which is a great deal. It is Call Me Lucky, which is about Barry Crimmins. He was a stand-up comic back in the 70s and 80s. This is by Bobcat Goldthwait, who I actually sat next to this year at the film festival in Boston. He always comes to the Boston Film Festival, and I sat next to him for one of the documentaries I was watching. I think it was the one about Eugene from Bob's Burgers. He does the voice, and he does a stand-up festival every year. There was a documentary about him and his wife and his stand-up festival. I think that's where I sat next to Bobcat, which was kind of surreal because he's a legend too, and he directed this. It's a documentary. It has a ton of comics in it. Just looking at the back cover, I see Mark Maron, Patton Oswalt, David Cross, all kinds of people that have been interviewed for this. And it's supposed to be a really, really good story about this guy, this stand-up comic who is just kind of this hard-drinking, gruff, kind of rough, tough guy. And so I think it's a great story. It's been highly rated as a documentary, and I'm excited to check that out. Another title, Coal Miner's Daughter, just another catalog title I needed to add to my collection. Another movie which I probably won't see coming to 4K. That's one thing I try to watch out for when buying Blu-rays. If there's any indication this might get a 4K release, I'll stay away from the Blu-rays for now until I hear more. But Coal Miner's Daughter probably won't. Again, this is a big movie. It was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, Best Picture. back in 1980, and it stars Tommy Lee Jones, Sissy Spacek, and it is Blu-ray digital HD, so that's cool. I have a couple digital HD codes in here that I can go sell off or give to friends and even make some more money on. Now I've got another classic, Babe, from Universal Pictures. Just one I just never added it to my collection for whatever reason. It won Academy Awards. It was actually nominated for Best Picture. I bet people can't believe that Babe, about a little talking pig, was nominated for Best Picture, but it was back in the day, and it's a movie I grew up on. It's a classic movie, so I want to add it to my collection, eventually show it to future younger films at home generation, like American Tail. So I'm glad to have that one. And then the last two are both horror movies. First one is 13-13-13. I know nothing about this other than it's just some crazy, wild, like body horror, gore, over-the-top stuff. It said it was like The Exorcist and The Crazies. I'm sure it's not as good as either of those, but this was $1.95, and so for that price, being a horror fan with all the horror movies behind me, it's always a no-brainer to grab a Blu-ray horror movie for, you know, anything under $5 really, but for $2, that's a steal. And then I got this one for $4, I believe, and this is actually an IFC Midnight Scream Factory title, which, if you can see, it's out of focus now because I fixed my focus. Thank you to all who helped me with that. But behind me, I have a bunch of IFC Midnight Scream Factory titles. I really like them. They're usually low budget, but they're fun horror movies. This is House on Willow Street. Like I said, $4 from Hamilton Book. Can't beat that for a Scream Factory IFC Midnight title. These are $10, $12 all day at the cheapest. Even when Scream Factory does a sale, they used to have way better sales, by the way. Their sales now suck. But even when they do a sale, something like this is probably $8, $9, $10. I got it for $4 Hamilton Book. They pick up some of the overstock. They sell it to you on the cheap, and they're great when it comes to that stuff. So definitely keep an eye on them for new Blu-ray editions, because their stuff comes in and it goes fast if it's popular. So IFC Midnight titles, Scream Factory titles, those sometimes fly off the shelf, and they get them for a really good price. So always keep an eye on their new editions. Sign up for their email so you know when they push new stuff to their store. And, you know, it's just a great place to shop, and they've always been great with customer service, so I really appreciate them. And now the last thing I have to talk about is a super cool review copy that Warner Brothers just sent to me, and DC animated again, and it is Batman Beyond, the complete series. I literally just got this in the mail today. It comes with a limited edition Funko on the inside. Only comes in this set. I'm not sure if it's numbered at all. It is numbered. So there's only 50,000 of these. I have number 26,898. So, you know, 50,000, is it super limited? No. But when they're gone, they're gone. And some of the Warner Brothers box sets, Blu-ray box sets from back in the day, those were limited to 50,000 as well, and they're out of print now. Think about something like JFK. You can't find that box set anymore. It went out of print. So these things do run out, but it's got lenticular cards in it, a chrome Funko Pop Batman Beyond, and this is just a classic series, an animated series that I grew up on. It's a great addition to the previous Blu-ray box set, which I reviewed, Batman the Animated Series, which Warner Brothers also just put out in Blu-ray. This has all 52 episodes over 18 hours, 6-disc set. It has Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, the original uncut version of that movie, so that's included in here with the TV show. And then 2 brand new features, Nostalgia Tomorrow and Night Immortal. So it's rated PG-13, you know, it's actually a pretty dark, gritty series, and it's a really interesting take on Batman, which is why I always liked it. I love Batman the Animated Series, which is a very classic take on Batman, and then when they came out with Batman Beyond, that was a completely new take on it. And so really cool set, super excited to have this, and it does come with a digital copy, so you can sort of offset the price of it a little bit if you want to share that digital copy or sell it on different forums. You can probably get a good chunk of change for it. I would say $30, $40 for that digital copy for somebody who just wants the whole set digitally, and that'll offset some of the cost of this awesome set. So you know, keep an eye on some deals on it. You don't need to go grab this right away. Maybe Black Friday you'll see something, but you know, it's kind of a niche thing, so I doubt it'll get too much in terms of discounts. and it will probably sell 50,000 copies, especially because it's a full-sized Funko, and the Funko collectors are going to go nuts over this because they love their limited editions where they can only get them in certain stores. And this one, usually you get mini Funkos. You got a full-size one here, you can only get it in this box set, so people are going to go nuts for it. These probably will sell pretty fast, but a very cool set by Warner Brothers. Props to them for continuing to do HD masters of all their old animated DC shows like Batman and Batman Beyond. That's really cool, and physical media collectors, we really appreciate it. So that's it for the video today. Hope you guys liked that. Hope nobody comments and says he doesn't spend any money. I dropped quite a few bucks on here. I have a few more titles on the way in the mail that didn't get here in time for the video. That'll be in a future video. But I don't want anybody to think I'm just sitting here for review copies and that's all I do. I spend plenty of money on movies. I spend plenty of money on equipment and home theater stuff and shelving and all the other stuff that I need to keep this room going, keep this channel growing, and, you know, just keep everybody happy and keep myself up to date with the latest collection. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. I appreciate all the work you've been putting in to share my channel, subscribers, tons of likes, all kinds of new subscribers. It's a little overwhelming how many we've gained. Over 2,500 subscribers in the last month. So if you're not one of them yet, hit that button. If you are one of them, thank you. And for all of those who are back when I had 100 subscribers watching my videos, you guys are the OGs. I really appreciate it. So thank you for all the support. Hopefully you liked the video. I'll be talking to you guys soon. More content on the way, so stay tuned. I hope you have a great rest of your week.